March 27, 2020. It's a public notice. Title: What to think about all this whole situation. Peep the slang though. It's a smoke screen. They were planning the national blackout and broadcast of hideous portrayals of child torture and sacrifices as part of their show over a multi-day broadcast extravaganza. But we shut that down as more unnecessary trauma and bullshit. The military and agency thugs wanted to demonstrate the evil that they have purportedly saved us from, albeit not mentioning that their laxity and lack of performance is what allowed all this in the first place. They also wouldn't want to admit that they profited from it from several decades before growing a spine and taking action against it under the constant prodding of the Trump administration. The actual answer is that both the municipal government and the military territorial government have betrayed their trust and operated in violation of their obligations to us, and have both done so for a very long time. Having indulged in this criminal behavior toward the American states and people, they are clinging together trying to brave it out and utilize a good cop, bad cop strategy in which the municipal government was to be demonized and the territorial government presented as the good guy alternative, when in fact both organizations have proven to be wildly abusive and grossly misdirected and mismanaged, and both are ultimately owned and operated by the Pope. The municipal government is directly managed by the Pope, and the British Territorial Commonwealth is operated by the British monarch in behalf of the Pope, and they have been operating in open collision since 1937 under the provisions of a document called the Declaration of Independence of the Governments in the United States. We have dissected the entire history of this and have taken action to enforce their contractual obligations. The assembled states of the Union have additionally taken action to preclude the deceptive flip-flop of one side of the Pope's coin to the other side of the Pope's coin as any answer to the fundamental wrong being practiced against this country by the Pope and the British monarch. The COVID-19 virus is nothing but a more infectious, but not overall more lethal strain of the common cold. The mass hysteria response is nothing but a convenient smokescreen invoked to hide the ongoing settlement of the United States INC bankruptcy and the attempted seizure of our assets in our behalf by another Scottish ringer operating as the United States of America INC, which we are protesting in the strongest terms possible. Neither the military nor the military bankers have proven reliable or honest in the handling of our assets since 1863, and we have ended Lincoln's General Order 100, otherwise known as the Lieber Code, as of yesterday, and fired the military bankers responsible for this mess. Mr. Mnuchin have been given his marching orders, and Mr. Trump has been made responsible for his directives as commander-in-chief, meaning that he is fully empowered to operate as commander-in-chief over all air, land, and sea forces, with the caveat that he does so while assuming the associated responsibility for his actions. We do not think he will have any trouble with that acceptance. They've all been told to bring this pandemic nonsense to as rapid a conclusion as possible. China is back at work, Japan is back at work, England is back at work, and so should we be at work. The trillions of dollars being dumped into individual and business accounts to help remedy the forced work shutdowns, business losses, etc., are hereby accepted as gifts from the Pope and Queen Elizabeth II. So enjoy your vacations, I will, and don't worry about the gift income being provided. It is not taxable, and it won't be used to claim that you settle your personal accounts via the acceptance of this gift, or used to support any claim that you received any voluntary equitable settlement of the United States INC debts to you as a result of it. We hereby reject any claim or notion that the funds backing this appropriation of trillions of dollars by the territorial U.S. Congress are to be charged against the people or the persons receiving these disbursements, nor are these extensions of credit to be held against their assets either. All funding for pandemic relief approved by the U.S. Congress is to be charged against the personal assets of the Pope and the Queen, Elizabeth II, and is accepted as gifts only, not as benefits, and not as equitable settlement of individual and state claims against the municipal bankruptcy.